What up, YouTube? Gotta make another vid because there's not a lot of time left to talk about all these teams. I want to talk about another playoff team out east. I talked about the Knicks earlier, so this may be a double upload day, but I want to talk about the Indiana Pacers. Ironically enough, the two teams that faced each other in the second round last year. Currently, the Indiana Pacers are one of the hottest teams in the league, 8-2 in their last 10. They're currently the fourth seed, like I said, 45-31. They won again last night, beating the Charlotte Hornets. And it's been an interesting season for them. They made the ECF last year, so there was bound to be expectations. To be fair, there needs to be context with the run, not to like crap on it. Obviously, injuries played a part of it, but they were one of the surprise teams last year. Great offense. Shout out to Coach Rick Carlisle. Tyrese Haliburton deserves some credit. Similar to like the run though, he also suffered an injury, and he wasn't really the same player he was at the beginning portion of last year, where he was averaging like 25 and 12 and like 50, 40, 90 splits. As a result of that, he was nursing that injury throughout the summer in the Olympics, where he didn't really get much PT. And he had some moments last year in the playoffs. But the beginning of the season was kind of rough for him and the Pacers because they were kind of underwhelming. I remember vividly in October and November, he was shooting like sub 40% from the field and sub 30% from three. And it was looking pretty rough for Hallie, and the hamstring was clearly bothering him. I remember the beginning portion of the season where he was like allergic to road games, and it was like he was great at home, but he sucked on the road. And this continued for a while, but ever since the start of the new year, since the start of 2025, him and the team have been much better. Because at one point they were 16-18. I think they were in the play-in mix or outside of the playoffs at one point. I want to say, or outside of the play-in. They were 16-18, and ever since the start of the new year, from January to now, they are 29-13, having one of the best records in the league. Currently, they're seventh in offensive rating and 15th in defensive rating, which isn't all that impressive. But considering where Indiana was last year, where they were one of the worst defensive teams, they've definitely improved in that department, and they can be an annoying out in the playoffs once again because of the high octane offense, the space, the depth that they have, and now they do have somewhat of ability to defend. The Pascal Siakam trade paying huge dividends right now, and some players getting better and whatnot, them having more continuity, and now they can somewhat play defense. What was I gonna say? As for Halliburton, like I said before, he was rough to start. I think he was averaging like 14-7, 14-8, or 15-8 on like really stinky efficiency. But right now he's back to his usual self, which is like a 19-10, 20-10 guy ever since the start of the new year on damn near 50, 40, 90 splits. In post All-Star break, he's averaging 21 points and 11 assists on like 50, 40, 90 splits. So he's looking like close to what he was pre-hamstring injury last year, and the Pacers are playing their best ball. Pascal Siakam is also having a really good season. I think he made the All-Star team this year, and he's having one of his most efficient seasons, if not his most efficient season. He's shooting over 50% from the field, high 30% from three on like halfway decent volume, averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 or 4 assists. Miles Turner, one of the better stretch bigs in basketball. He can block shots, but he's not like the best when it comes to like paint protection or just like anchoring a defense. He will get his blocks, but he is still one of the better stretch bigs in the game, averaging 15-10 and shooting 40% from three. Aaron Nesmith, I would say a solid 3-and-D wing, averaging double-figure points, over 40% from three. One of the few players that also has had a down year for the Indiana Pacers is Andrew Nembhard. Like points-wise, he's scoring more, but as a shooter, he's regressed a bit, and some people had higher expectations for him coming into the season after the playoffs he had, because he had hit some big shots and had some pretty high scoring games. And they still have really good depth. Obi Toppin is there. TJ McConnell is one of the best backup point guards in the league. I like Jarris Walker. I like Ben Shepherd. Johnny Furphy is giving them cool PT. And Benedict Mathurin, I know he was out last night, but he wasn't part of the playoff rotation last year. He was hurt. He's averaging 17 points per game, almost 17 points per game off the bench. He's a spark plug, like a spark plug bench guy that can get buckets. And I'm interested to see what this Pacers team does, man, because like I said, they're one of the hotter teams in the league. They present a lot of problems with the way they play offense and whatnot, with their transition game and the way they space out the floor, Coach Carlisle's system. And honestly, if the Cavs are falling asleep, I'm just assuming that the Pacers get out of the first round, because right now they're slated to play Detroit, which would be a fun and entertaining matchup because it's two of the young and up and coming teams in the NBA. A Hallie Cade playoff series would be pretty fun in my book. I will say though, if they do get out of it and if that series were to happen, I probably would favor them. Like, if Cleveland doesn't come out right and they continue to play like mid the way they've been playing relative to when the way Cleveland has been playing, hey man, that Indiana Cleveland second round could be interesting. That's all I'll say. So don't forget about the Indiana Pacers. Don't forget about Tyrese Haliburton. They're a team to watch out for. And honestly, you can make a case that they are the third best team out east over the New York Knicks. Comment down below how you feel about this Pacers team. Do you think they're a threat out east? Does it even matter per se, or do you think Boston or Cleveland is just inevitable? How do you feel about the season turnaround the Pacers have had? Let me know that goes down below. Comment down below your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Follow me at Danny Nuggets on TikTok. Like and follow is appreciated. Being looking for more content, and as always, have a good one, guys. Peace.